Time to turn the page. Time to open up the book and dive into what the Department of National Intelligence is revealing about Obama, about a massive corruption, an actual effort to commit a coup against the Trump administration. Here was Tulsi Gabbard yesterday, a pretty astounding press conference. And I posted on X, and I hope you follow us on X, at Gallagher Show. We like to engage there as well. We every day, every morning that I visit with Mark Davis, we always stream the M&M experience. That's kind of fun to get people's feedback on that. And then we always try to be pretty proactive on X. And I'm kind of, I posted yesterday that Caroline Leavitt is a rock star. She shut down Caitlin Collins from CNN. It was so good. It was such a great exchange. I mean, this Caroline Leavitt, she is, how old is she? She's 26, 27 years old, and just completely dominated the press conference. Caitlin Collins from CNN was trying to bait her and bait Tulsi Gabbard, and Caroline shut her down. And Caroline, you know, at the press conference yesterday with Tulsi Gabbard's announcement, shared that Obama knew the Russia collusion story was a hoax all along.
The new evidence released by the Director of National Intelligence, who is here with me today, confirms that the Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump in an effort to try to delegitimize his victory before he even took the oath of office. The truth is that President Trump never had anything to do with Russia, and the Russia collusion hoax was a massive fraud perpetuated on the American people from the very beginning. And the worst part of this is Obama knew that truth, and so did all of the other corrupt officials involved in this scam, including former CIA Director John Brennan, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, former FBI Director James Comey, former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and many others. Director of National Intelligence Gabbard's report further confirms what we already knew. There was no collusion, no corruption, except on the part of Barack Obama and the weaponized intelligence agencies at the time.
So the bottom line is, this is what matters. This is enormous. Don't be fooled by the mainstream media trying to pretend it's not enormous. Don't make that mistake. Don't let their indifference fool you. Here was Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence, explaining at the press conference that Obama is being referred to the Department of Justice for possible criminal activity.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former President Obama?
Correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
So at the end of the day, let's just focus in like a laser here on this conspiracy as alleged by the government, that the President of the United States, according to documents that have been declassified, President Obama directed Clapper and Brennan to manufacture a phony narrative. Here was Tulsi Gabbard last night with Jesse Waters explaining this on Fox News Channel.
And we were able to discover these documents and find these documents that really pointed to President Obama directing his national security leaders in James Clapper and John Brennan to manufacture this January 2017 intelligence community assessment. The report we released today, line by line, goes through it, dissecting and debunking the knowing falsehoods and lies that were included in that assessment, with the specific intent to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump, to subvert the will of the American people who had just voted to elect Donald Trump in 2016, and to, in essence, launch this years-long coup against President Trump that lasted throughout the 4 years of his administration back in 2016.
Now, just so you know how panicked the legacy media is over all of this, did you hear what CNN did yesterday over this epic press conference? They cut away from it. And in fact, I think they were so embarrassed that they were ordered to cut away from the press conference that CNN's chief national affairs correspondent, Jeff Zeleny, sort of apologetically explained why they cut away.
We have no idea. I mean, this is hardly information that we should even be repeating. Never mind that it's, some years after the fact, 8 years more than that after the fact, but also just to look at the source. But look, this is the what this White House wants to talk about, and I'm not sure that we should spend that much more time on it, frankly.
Right. So you should move on because the director of national intelligence doesn't matter and is not newsworthy. I mean, CNN is so pathetic that, they could carry it, and then they could get their panelists. You could get your Ana Navarros, and you could get your Wolf Blitzers, and you could get all your normal cast of characters over there to denounce it, but they're not even going to carry it. Because as the chief national affairs correspondent said, I'm not sure this is even anything we should be repeating. Now, they're not repeating anything. They're carrying a press conference, and they bailed out of it because it got so uncomfortable for them. Because guess what? They're in on it. The legacy media is part of this conspiracy. The legacy media had to go along with Obama and Brenner and Comey and Clapper. They carried the water for these corrupt clowns. So there's CNN. Well, we got to cut away. Wow, my gosh. Tell me what you think. 800-655-MIKE. 800-655-6453. This is a huge story. And incidentally, the issue has come up about presidential immunity for Barack Obama. It's likely in place. I respect John Solomon from Just the News. John appeared on Fox News to confirm that Obama is indeed likely protected by the recent Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity.
Who is likely to be held accountable, and do you believe there'll be indictments at the end of the process?
We'll see. We've been promised a lot of indictments for years. It'll depend whether they bring a conspiracy. It depends where they bring it. Is it brought in Florida where Jack Smith was? Do they bring it in D.C. where John Durham failed? Those are big questions still to be settled. But Pam Bondi took a major step forward today in treating this as a real criminal case. Barack Obama will not be indicted. The immunity ruling that President Trump will protect him, but he could one day be named as an unindicted co-conspirator among some of the other people who are involved in this. That's something to watch for.
And the other thing to watch for is whether or not Obama's legacy gets destroyed. And that, to me, would be the conclusion that he deserves if all of this is true. If Barack Obama was deceiving the American people and trying to thwart and overturn the rightful outcome of an election, if Barack Obama and his team were intentionally crippling the Trump administration because they didn't like the fact that the American people wanted Donald Trump, then his legacy needs to be destroyed forever. And history should reflect what Obama did. He may not face an indictment. He may not face prosecution. But to him, with his ego, believe me, losing his legacy hurts even worse. 800-655-6453. Your call, your voice, your reaction to all of this coming up. Text or call. One number does it all. 800-655-6453.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.